Hello folks, welcome back to Giant James Kitchen. It feels like I've been away for ages because we made like loads of episodes in one go, so then I had like 3 weeks off. I'm going to be making Thai green curry with instant noodles because I can't be asked to cook rice today, it's too much effort. So here's some really good, delicious hangover cure food. That goes really well with cider because it's quite sort of zesty, it's a light dish, a little bit of chilli, with a little bit of heat. It's really refreshing. So I'll show you what we've got to make it. You don't have to have every ingredient, but and you can have a couple more. There's loads of recipes online, so you can mix and match. Just follow these basic steps to make it. It's dead easy. So we have lemongrass, that's a flavouring element. We have mushrooms, chicken, fresh coriander, lime leaves, garlic, chilli, dried onions. Oh, I forgot, we've got chicken stock as well. That's quite important. You just use 1 cube and you're going to mix that into the sauce at the end, and that gives it a really good meaty flavour. Coconut milk, which is what you're going to use for the sauce. That's really important because that gives it that really distinctive like Thai, Southeast Asian feel. We've got real limes. We've got ginger, which we're going to use to make in the base of our dish. We have Thai green curry paste. Now you can make this with, oh, what is it with? I actually don't know. I've made it a couple of times, but I have to cheat and look online because I really don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. It's pretty cheap, this stuff. You get it from any sort of supermarket. And the stuff they make in batches, although it's not as fresh, it's really good. And the rest of your ingredients can be fresh and lift up the dish anyway. As always, we have sea salt in the grinder, black pepper, good quality. Don't ever buy like already crushed pepper because you lose like sort of 40–50% of the flavour, because all the moisture which in the peppercorns, there is a tiny bit left after it's been dried out. There's still some moisture in there, and that contains a lot of the flavour, so it kind of evaporates away if it's already been ground up. So try and stick with the full corns here, it's much better flavour. And of course olive oil to cook with because we're being healthy. So we'll run through how to make it. So first of all, we're going to make the base, and I'm just going to use garlic, chilli and ginger, and we're going to lightly fry it. This dish is, as all my cooking, because I'm not particularly imaginative, my cooking is pretty basic. So this is, any idiot can make this, including me. So take the garlic, maybe take, I don't know, I love garlic, I've said this many times. I'm going to take 5 garlic. And you want to take like a solid ½ inch knob of ginger. So about that much? Is that ½ inch? I don't know, sort of half your thumb size. And just get rid of all the shit, horrible bits. Just carve it off. Take all the skin off. So just chop your ginger really thin slices. Nice and thin. First of all, we've got to prepare everything. So I don't know if you guys have seen yet, but this is filmed on MIHK.TV, obviously, because you're watching it on here. Or if you're not, if you're watching on YouTube, check out MIHK.TV. They're based in Kwun Tong on the Green Line, because it is a weekend. You know when you're like hungover and you're like sweating alcohol? That is literally how I fucking feel today. It is horrendous. Man up, get on with it. On So you want this on a medium heat when you're cooking. Be patient with it. You're not going to cook it like that. Just be patient. Chill. Get into the zone. Crack open a bottle of apple secco. Have yourself a glass. Relax. Chill. So you take 2 green chilies and 1 red chili. I don't know. I've never used these chilies before, so I don't know how strong they're going to be. But we just want to slice them up roughly the same. So look, whoa, they are. I'm getting a smell of those chilies as I cut into them. I think they're quite. So take your chili, ginger, garlic, and just cook that on a nice low heat. You don't want it to burn. You just want to sort of saute it at a low heat. Release those aromatic flavours. There's plenty going on here, and that's just going to cook away, and that's going to stay in the meal the whole time. We're going to chop this chicken up into 2.5 centimetre sort of strips, cubes. Yeah, I'll show you now. Basically, you get it nice and small. You want to spread it because it's going to go in the curry, and a lot of it's going to go. You need to spread it around, especially if you're sharing with a few people. So thin strips, about, I don't know, a centimetre and a half, and then just 2.5 centimetres. Might go even smaller. So if you shop at a wet market, which I do, you basically, it's about 1/3 of the price of a supermarket. So don't buy all this imported food from France or wherever, or Australia. Go local, buy Hong Kong produce. It's in season, it's got more nutritional value. I'm saying all this while cooking a meal with all imported food, so I'm being a massive hypocrite. But if you can, and you're at home, a lot of these ingredients you can get in Hong Kong, so you don't need to get Australian chicken or, I don't know. If you don't know how to cook instant noodles, then you're either an idiot or, I don't know, a moron, one of the two. We'll tell you how to do it anyway. It's supposed to be a slightly educational program. Oh, that smells, he's starting to get those smells now, Mike. You can see he's nodding his head, I swear. And the ginger and the garlic and the chili, just powerful. That chili is so strong. That's going to hit tomorrow morning, that's for sure. Woo! Can you smell that chili? It's going right up my sinuses. With this, you can treat it like a stir fry, just keep moving it around, don't worry about it. And you just want to make sure the chicken is cooked on all sides. You can't see any pink bits anywhere at all. See, there's still a little bit of pink there. That's okay, because you're going to keep cooking it in the sauce. You're going to keep cooking it in, you know, in a minute anyway, for like another 10 minutes. It'll cook through. So if you just put it before it's cooked all the way through, then as you're cooking it in the sauce, it'll finish off, and it'll be super succulent and tender when you finish it off in the sauce. So otherwise, if you overcook chicken in the pan and then you put it in the sauce, it can be quite chewy and tough. Just something to bear in mind. You want to try and get as much of this vegetable shit out as possible, so it will overcook. Well, there we go. We'll add a little bit more oil in. Don't worry about it, it's all good. A bit more. Just a bit more salt for seasoning. Oh man, the chili's still burning my nose. You take these mushrooms, you're just going to slice them. I'm just going to cook all these mushrooms so they're nice and browned. I'm going to chuck away any of this excess. I'm a member of Meta, and it is a sort of like startup tech networking space where you meet VC firms, venture capitalist firms. Right, so they're cooked. You can put them to one side as well with the chicken. And you want to take the green curry paste, smell all the flavours. They do a bloody good job these days, the packets they've got, honestly. So, just put it in the hot pan, and then we're going to add, pretty much straight away, we're going to add the coconut milk. Just pour it in. Mix that forms the base of our sauce. And we're going to take the bowl and fill it with water. And you want to add about 300 millilitres of water. Alright, so save a little bit of water. We're just going to slowly cook that away. Medium to low heat. Just get a bit of temperature. Let's get a little bit. We're going to take our dried onions. We're going to throw those in and give it some flavour. They are absolutely lush, these. They'll soften in there. We take our chicken stock cube. And the reason why we've saved that water is because you never know. So get your cube, by the way, and just like crumble it and like pour it all in around so it diffuses more easily into the sauce. Keep that temperature nice and consistent. Not too hot. You don't want it bubbling like crazy. This is just a gentle release of flavours in the dish. So you just want to get the sauce ready, and then we're going to finish off the chicken and mushrooms in the sauce as well. We're going to take our lime leaves. 1, 2, 3. That one's holes in your your leaf is a good thing. Just FYI. Careful when you've been using chilies as well and touching your eyes. You can burn your eyes. I've done that before. Fucking kills. Holes in your leaves are a good thing because it usually means the bugs see nutrients. If they've been sprayed with pesticides and stuff like that, then the bugs won't eat the leaf. So they look pretty fresh actually. So that's lime leaves. Take your lemongrass. We'll do that. Chuck those two in. We'll put 2 lemongrass sticks in just because I want to do what I want. Chop it in half, each one in half. Bonk them in. Take 1 lime and we're gonna squeeze the juice of it into I like it really zesty because you've got lots going on there. And at this point in the sauce, not quite at this point, but later, you can add mange two or garden peas or whatever. But we don't have any today, so we're just going to go with mushrooms and chicken. You can add a bit of cooked sweet corn or whatever vegetables you like into the dish at the end just to boil them off. And it's always a bit of a filler if you can't afford too much meat. It's always a good way, especially if you're cooking for a lot of people. So you take that lime, juice of a whole lime. You don't have to have this much lime. You can, if you have the lime leaves as well, and you don't like it too limey, you can have none in there. I just like a lot of lime. I think it tastes great. You take the cilantro, and we're just going to chuck it in there. I think maybe that's enough. Take the mint. Okay, you can smell the mint flavour coming off that now, lush. Turn the heat down, we don't want it bubbling too much. And yeah, give it a stir. Get a bit of salt in there, a bit of fresh sea salt, a bit of fresh black pepper. Get some. So add all the ingredients in, and we're just going to add the temperature a little bit. We're just going to cook this for about. You should cook it for 7 minutes. After 5 minutes, then you add your vegetables, like your mange two or your garden peas or whatever you fancy. So we'll raise that heat to medium, and we'll cook it for 7 minutes. And whilst we're doing that, take a bit of chicken. I'm just going to do some testing. Fucking amazing. the water's come to the boil now, so we're just going to stick the noodles in. That'll be about a minute. The curry itself is pretty much done. It smells great. We had a cheeky taste. Tastes fantastic, if I don't say so myself. So a couple of minutes for the noodles, and then we're going to serve and eat, because I'm ravenous and man's got to eat. You can add MIHK.2 for 2 minutes. It's always a nice touch because it's quite crunchy. If you add MIHK.2, then add it only for 2 minutes. Make sure the MIHK.2 is nice and crunchy, crispy, and then you get all the different textures in there as well, which is important because the MIHK.2, just like that, can go really mushy and horrible. So be conscious of that. So instant noodles done. That was so painless. Going to drain them now. I'm quite hungry, so I'll just eat it all. Sorry, Mike, you're not getting any. And then sort of ladle it up and finish it off. We'll finish it with a bit of presentation. Go and make an effort. You can't eat the lime leaves and you can't eat the lemongrass, so just go around there. I'll take this off the heat. I'll serve it up and it's ready to go. It's that easy. I mean, it takes very little sort of, not effort, but it takes, well, yeah, effort. It takes very little effort and it's not exactly brain consuming. So you can do other things, you can take phone calls, you can, yeah, it's a nice, really nice tasting dish without sort of going too mental. So, is that a knife? So we'll take that, add our lime. You can add some more lime juice at the end if you fancy. We're just gonna use this for decoration. Don't know if that, how does that look on the camera? That look alright? We'll just take a little twig of coriander, stick it there, and voila, finished. Simple as that. So I think this goes out on Thursday nights. Tune in. Obviously go through the other episodes you fancy eating. I think maybe next week, if we can put it together, we might do like a Christmas special with Cassie involved as well. That'd be nice. Yeah, so that'd be good. We might have some wine while we're cooking, so it could be just entertaining to watch. Us idiots being even more dumb. So tune in. Other than that, keep buying my delicious apple secco amongst other products on the MIHK.TV store. Like I said earlier, open the physical shop, so come down. Open days on the 17th, 18th of December. So we'll see you there. Thank you, and catch up with you next week. Bye bye.